to get us in the mood. As a side note, you might like to do some mirror work at the same time, focusing on your eyes as you follow the meditation. This is harder than you might think, but try not to avert your eyes. If you're not using a mirror, close your eyes. Focus on my voice. We'll begin by taking a deep breath, holding it to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now exhale slowly to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. As we breathe in, we visualize white air flowing into our lungs while black air flows out as we exhale. Let us begin. Breathing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Repeat for about 3 times and then we'll start the meditation. So just to guide you again, you're breathing in to the count of 4, holding to the count of 4, and breathing out to the count of 4, holding for the count of 4, and so on. So continue breathing that way and understand that when we breathe out, we're exhaling black air. After the hold, we breathe in, inhaling white air. Keep your eyes closed if possible, unless you plan to meditate on a candle, a mirror, or another object. Now that we've established the rhythm of our breathing, we don't need to count. Breathe naturally but purposefully, holding the breath in between. Time to journey to the dark side of ourselves. We are walking through a forest that gets darker and darker as we find our way. We hear the creatures of the night urging us on to take the road less travelled. In a clearing, we see a small hill with a door glistening in the moonlight. Twilight is slowly giving way to night as we find ourselves standing in front of a door on the side of the hill. Still breathing purposefully, we reach out and turn the doorknob and then open the door slowly. We can only see the first few stepping stones, which are white and seem to be limestone. Going inside, we hear noises that are hard to define, but we know that we are safe and that we can keep moving. There are torches flickering on the walls, and the steps begin spiralling downwards and shifting from white to light grey and progressively darker the further we descend. Along the way down, we see several ledges and small alcoves that hold our trigger items. Some are images of people, or objects, or memories playing on a screen, showing and representing the various elements we hide from others and ourselves. As we continue making our way down, the noises turn into whispers, and the trigger items start to fade. We know that we are getting closer, but we pay no heed to the fear and trepidation over facing our shadows. The steps are now black, and they finally end. The last step leads us into a small room, but it's hard to see since we are ensconced in the darkness. We ask, "Who's there?" We hear the answer, "The shadows." We respond, "Show yourselves." A light illuminates the scene from above, only enough to see several shadowy figures waiting for us to engage them. One by one they step forward to announce themselves before stepping back into the near darkness. "I am shame, the one you blame." We reply, "We acknowledge you." "I am guilt, the one you built." We reply, "We acknowledge you." "I am jealousy, the one you guard zealously." We reply, we acknowledge you. I am bitterness, the one who shuns forgiveness. We reply, we acknowledge you. I am revenge, the one you avenge. We reply, we acknowledge you. I am hatred, the one you gestated. We reply, we acknowledge you. I am ego, the one you echo. We reply, we acknowledge you. I am greed, the one you need. We reply, we acknowledge you. The shadows now merge into one. We see a black mass that comes closer, hovering now like a ball of dark light, waiting to be assessed. We see our deepest regrets mirrored in the surface of the ball. It now shows us reflections of the pivotal moments that planted the seeds of darkness in our souls. For some of us, it's the alcoholic parent who lashed out mercilessly. For others, it's the abuser who dares us to tell. There's the person who told us that we are worthless, and the ones who ridiculed our aspirations. We see the ones who starved us, who abandoned us, who inflicted physical and emotional pain, who laid blame and shame at our feet. We see our insatiable hunger for love that is never requited. We fall to our knees in deep sorrow. We weep. We wail. We pour all of our darkness into the ball of dark light. It speaks. We acknowledge you. Now we see our faces reflected in its surface. We smile as we say, I am acknowledged. The ball of dark light begins to transform into a small sphere that urges us to follow it. It says, take me to the light. We take the sphere with us as we return to the spiral staircase. As we climb, we hear the cacophony of sorrow morph into cries of joy. The sphere becomes lighter and lighter as we ascend, no longer assailed by the triggers as the steps change from black to grey to white. We are now at the door, and we follow the bright white ball of light into the clearing outside of the hill. We cry true tears of joy as the ball of light is absorbed into our solar plexus. We understand. We are cleansed. We can move forward now with the knowledge that we are in control of our elements and emotions, not the other way around. Now the healing can begin. So mote it be. So, it's probably a good idea to ground ourselves now, which is easy. We can go into the garden or a favourite place where we can safely lie or sit down to release any dark residue. Perform a short meditation on what you've learned and maybe write it down, committing ourselves to loving ourselves and striving to continue our understanding of our darkness. Well, I hope this has been useful, and please feel free to let me know your thoughts at kellyproudfoot@gmail.com. Until next time, blessed be.